Last week, Governor Cuomo imposed new restrictions on businesses in COVID-19 hotspots. So that includes no indoor dining in bars and restaurants, an area so-called orange zone status.
But the owners of Mac's Public House on Staten Island are refusing to close despite being in a danger zone. They've already been hit with thousands of dollars in fines, and the bar's liquor license has been revoked. Yet they are defiantly staying open, and they say receiving a lot of support. Joining us this morning, Danny Presti, the co-owner of Mac's Public House. Nice to have you with us. How is this autonomous zone going, by the way?
It's definitely a changing process day to day. We are still here. We are continuing to go. But day to day, it seems to be a changing aspect.
So, Danny, are you open? What are you doing exactly?
We're open in a sense where we're still allowing guests to come in. We're still practicing all the safety precautions that we were before when we were allowed to be open. We are not charging anybody for anything at this time, accepting some donations. But at some point, we said we had to do something because we just couldn't close again.
So I know, Danny, you've been getting calls from across the country in support, right?
Everybody. The support that we've been getting from the people, it's overwhelming and it's humbling right now, because last night I just sat here call after call after call. I'm not sure what state didn't call in at this point. We're even getting calls from out of the country, and it really is a huge sign of support for us, and that's kind of the driving force to keep us going right now.
So I know you're putting in these safety protocols, you're doing the social distancing, wearing a mask, you're getting temperature scans, but you are encouraging them to fill out for contact tracing. Not mandatory?
Yes, no, we asked them to. Everyone's been really good about it. They understand what's going on. The contact tracing is something that we're still not sure what's going on, because we've spoken about, we keep hearing about the science for all of this, and we have everyone filling out the contact tracing. All of the other restaurants and bars and everyone on Staten Island is still kind of, we're not sure what to do, because we have all of this contact tracing and records, and nobody has come and even checked on anything. And apparently restaurants and bars are the hot spots, and they're the ones spreading everything. But the city and state have not come in and checked any of this. So when the city and state say that they're all about the science and the numbers, no one's using any of this data, and we're all collecting it. We have everything. Everyone's filling it out. I have paperwork, tons of paperwork, and they're not using any of it.
So, Danny, tell us what's it like for you and the people that work with you, because I guess you created this autonomous zone because you just want to stay alive and pay bills. What has this been like for you this period?
Yeah, it's been really tough. So at this point, what we said, our local governments have to work with us. Since March, they shut us down. We've adapted. We did everything that they asked us to do, and they keep sending every agency in to harm us, really, instead of helping us. And we've said, we've been here. Please work with us. How do we survive? Please allow us to survive and work with you. We'll sit down. We'll go over how to be safe, all of these, and they're just not doing it. We continue.
Go ahead.
Sorry, what was that?
No, I wanted you to continue your thought.
So we continue to go, and at this point, like I said, we're trying to be safe here. Everything that we have, if the local governments would give us assistance and better guidance and allow us to be open, all we see is the mayor and the governor pointing fingers at the federal government, explaining that they have to keep us shut because they don't have money to give us, or assistance because of the federal government. But the federal government isn't the one that shut us down. It's our local and state governments that shut us, because there's other states that are open for business, and their numbers aren't that far different from ours. So we just want to be able to provide for our families and stay open. But if they're the ones shutting us, they can't point the fingers at the federal government when the local governments are the one that's not allowing us to be open for business.
Danny, have you been able to pay your bills, and what are your concerns at this point?
No, we have not been able to pay anything, and that's on a personal standpoint, that's on a business standpoint, and that's not just us. I'm talking to so many business owners every day, and everyone is just afraid. And it's not just afraid from one thing. It's afraid not only from the virus, it's afraid they'll get shut down. It's how do we pay the business bills? How do we pay our personal bills? And no one's getting any answers. And we're all trying to even work with our local officials, and we can't get a straight answer from anybody. And we're just kind of left in the dark. And that was kind of how Keith and I decided to do the autonomous zone. Is we said, you know, we have to do something. We have to do something. Not sure if what's going to happen from all this, but we can't shut down again, and we need assistance from our governments. We need assistance.
All right. Well, Danny, we're glad that you had a moment at least with us to talk about what you're facing there and your employees yourself. Hopefully you'll get some help soon. I know that those mounting bills with the fines also. Are the fines monetary?
The fines, they're monetary. I'm not sure, again, what's going to happen with those. Some get voided. They're all different every day. You know, we're going to be as safe as we can, and we're going to move along. And again, hopefully our local officials will come. Our phone's always available, and we'd love to talk to them and try to work something out, because again, we need to be able to provide for our families, and that's really what this all comes down to.
All right, Danny Presti joining us, Max Public House. Stay strong. Thanks for being with us this morning.
No, thanks for having us on.